are the great movers. Their size and flying prowess lends to their image of unstoppable forces, gliding high above the waves, or sometimes seemingly riding them. The word pelican goes back to the Greek word pelikis, meaning axe. And in this way, they kind of do resemble an axe, flying through the air, seeking its target, with their bills leading the way to wherever pelicans go. Muhammad Ali said, "Float like a butterfly," and while I'm certainly not the person to refute him, might we also consider gliding like a pelican? All this to say that footwork in Tae Kwon Do has a purpose. We make these movements determined to find our target. Today, we'll focus on the shuffle and the drag step. Let's get to it. For both these movements, we'll be using sparring stance. So a quick review from top to bottom. Reverse, fist to chin, knees bent, and just enough width in the legs to allow the back leg view to the target. Okay. So first up, the drag step, or if you want to think about it like this, the step and then drag. I'm going to be moving my foot closest to the direction that I want to go first, and then letting my other foot follow, returning me to my normal stance. I can do this moving in any direction, side to side, backwards, forward. The important point here is to not let your feet cross and to return to your normal stance. For instance, notice here that when I move this first foot and my second foot follows, it goes too far, leaving me in a short, unbalanced stance. Whatever distance my first foot moves, my second foot follows, keeping me on balance and in a good stance. Next up, drag step. These same rules apply here. We don't want to cross our legs, and we're going to return to our normal stance when we're finished. In this case, we're going to go about the opposite way though. Instead of moving our closest foot first, we're going to let the opposite move towards the direction we want to go, and then let our closest foot return us to our normal stance. I can do this moving backward here, or forward, moving my back foot first. We're not going to be able to do this moving side to side though, because like we said, we don't want to cross our legs. This one here is a little bit more fluid than the last one, so you can notice that I kind of have a little bit more hop in my step when I'm going to do this. In either case, be sure to let your knees stay bent. Don't bob up and down. For instance, if I'm doing the shuffle step here, I don't want to come up and then back down, come up and then back down. If I'm doing my drag step, I don't want to straighten my legs and then come back down. Feet stay bent the entire time, whichever movement I'm making. Okay, let's have some fun now. Reverse fist to chin, knees bent. Let's start with drag step. Moving to your left. Drag step, back to your right, drag step, shuffle step this time. Going forward, backwards again with the shuffle step, moving left again with drag step, right with drag step, forward, shuffle step, backwards with the shuffle step, backwards with drag step, forwards with drag step, forward with drag step, backwards with drag, bonus time. Okay, so this one, we're going to be using our shuffle step and then actually take one step forward. And we're going to combine that in a movement across the area you're moving in. Hands up, reverse fist to chin, knees are bent, shuffle step, moving forward, then take a full step forward. Shuffle step, moving forward, and then take a full step forward. So your stance will actually change each time you do this. This one's fun to do, just moving across the floor, and as a warm-up, to get your feet back under you and feeling good with it, and all that kind of fun jazz. Footwork moves us where we want to go, both offensively and defensively. While blocking and self-defense are cool to learn, we'll certainly get to that. Avoiding contact is a good way to protect yourself. Footwork gives us the opportunity to both sting like a bee and float like a butterfly, or from a slightly different perspective, to glide like a pelican. Until next time. Ever since watching the first season of Luke Cage, the word forward has periodically been on my mind, and I always think back to the the show's message whenever I hear that word. The show has a bigger impact on larger aspects of today's culture, but it also reminds me that one step forward, even if in the wrong direction, is still a step forward. Sometimes backwards to move forward. Always forward.